And I think it's very important for everybody to be engaged because that everybody's on the same page.
It's about, who's willing to change gears at the right time.
Go out, go have fun, and just take it to them.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for another edition of the Zac Bruney Show. Currently joined by Wheeling University head football coach Zac Bruney. And Zach, a big win for you there on homecoming weekend against West Virginia Wesleyan. Talk about the game and what it was like getting the win in front of the crowd.
Well, it was a great atmosphere. I think it was great for families and alums and, to be a part of an exciting day, top to bottom and from start to finish. It was good to get a win. Felt like we were probably a little bit rusty coming off a bye week, not playing a game and having some momentum coming off that Fairmont State game. We just looked like we, felt like we didn't play for a week, but our defense played really well from pretty much the first drive on, and our offense made some timely plays. We made some explosive plays down the field. Got some things we got to clean up, penalties and our first game where we had multiple turnovers, so we just got to do a better job at taking care of the football. But played complementary football. Defense got stops and sudden change. Offense capitalized. We turned them over, and had some big special teams plays. Had 2 defensive scores, a touchdown and a safety. So total team effort. Proud of the guys, and put us in a good position in the conference going forward.
And a really key stretch there at the end of that first half. You guys had 2 scores with under 2 minutes to play before you went into half. Talk about that sequence and how your offense was able to capitalize.
Well, it was a big sequence of a 2-minute drive off of a defensive stop, and then we played great situational football. And got a touchdown. It was a great throw and a catch in the corner of the end zone from a day to Colin Overdick, and really well executed. And then, we only had 1 timeout left. They had their timeouts. I think they were, trying to get a score before half, and they came out and threw the ball a couple of times. The defense did a great job of stopping them on first and second down, and then they ran the ball on third down, but we still had 1 more timeout, so we used it. And then a great punt return by Nas Rem on a good job and got us in plus field position. We didn't have a lot of time, but we practiced those scenarios. We got a pass down the field. The clock stopped with a first down. We were able to kill the clock with a spike. And then we felt like we had maybe 1, possibly 2 plays to go to the end zone and then maybe kick a field goal. But defensively, they played a cover 2 look, and our tight end got loose. Alex got loose down the middle of the field. Day made a good throw, and we were able to get another touchdown. So we won the last 4 minutes of the first half, and the goal was to always kind of win the middle 8 of the game. And it really helped us, gave us that 2-score lead going into halftime and a ton of momentum.
And having that momentum at halftime, what did that do for you guys? You came out for the second half knowing you were getting the ball again after meeting the locker room.
Well, we talked about it. We had to, we had a really good drive, to start the second half, and then, we made a mistake and got the ball turned over. But, it gave us the right momentum going in, but we came out in the second half with the approach of it was nothing. They had played very well in the first half. They got 1 offensive touchdown. They got a defensive touchdown. They capitalized on one of our turnovers, and so they were playing hard. We were playing hard. We just had to clean some things up. And offensively we played well again in the second half, but we didn't get in the end zone. We had a long field goal. We had a great job with a punt pinned back by Brett Jackson, got a defensive score on a safety, and so we played well enough to win. We're just going to have to play better moving forward.
And in that second half, a couple of big plays from your defense. The pick 6 by Leonard Sherrod, which you mentioned. Deion McIntosh got the safety. Talk about their play in the second half and how they kind of shut Wesleyan down after those first 2 drives.
Well, they did that. I mean, our defense played really well. We stopped the run, and then they didn't have any explosive plays. I think their longest run was a 15-17 yarder, and their longest completed pass was a 17 yarder. So we the plays that they made weren't of the explosive nature, so we didn't give up any big plays. We made them earn everything, and the defensive line got after them. Dion did a great job on the safety, just beat his man in a one-on-one pass scenario. Leonard did a great job of, running to the ball and playing the tip ball situation is hard to do. We got a couple of those. We got hands on balls. We made hits on guys that the ball, kind of ricochets up in the air. And we got some really athletic guys in the secondary that can make plays on the football, and then once they have it in their hands, they can do something with it. And Leonard did that on the pick six. And we had some good blocking, but we didn't block in the back. We didn't have any penalties on that play. So all big momentum plays, and our defense really stepped up and got us scores and kind of broke the game open.
Currently joined by Wheeling University head football coach Zac Bruney. And Zac, you're in the midst of a stretch of a lot of home games coming up. I believe for the next 5 weeks you're home. Talk about this home environment and how you're going to take advantage of getting to be on Bishop Schmidt Field.
Well, you want to protect your home field, and anytime you don't have to travel on a Friday or a Saturday for a game day, that's an advantage. You sleep in your own bed. You kind of have the routine of doing your Friday practice and your Friday meetings, and your Saturday protocols with walkthroughs and team meal, chapel. But you have to go out and play the game no matter where it is, and we've done a good job. It was good to get a win at home and build that moving forward. And yeah, the season fell kind of oddly for us, where we're away for a lot of the first part of the season. We have a home stretch of, like you said, four or five. We have a home this week away, and then a couple more home games to follow. The middle part of the season, you're at home, and then you end the season with a couple more on the road. So a different type of schedule, but for us, it's just the preparation and the process of being away or home kind of has to stay the same, but hopefully we can take advantage of some of these home opportunities.
And obviously a big test this week with Charleston coming in, defending MEC champs. Talk about this matchup this week with the Golden Eagles and what they bring.
Well, they're really good, and they have really good personnel. They have really good players on both sides of the ball. Quarterback's an experienced guy. He's been there. He's started for him. He's a good athlete, can throw it and run it. Got a couple capable running backs. Their offensive line is always good, always solid. And they're dynamic players on the outside. They got some older receivers, guys that have been there, guys that have started, guys that have made a lot of plays for them. So they're good on offense with their personnel, and then defensively they're kind of like us. They're a 3-4 defense, 3-3 defense. They give you a lot of looks. They bring pressure from all different directions and angles. Their secondary is good because they can run, tackle. They got some good safeties. They got some good corners. They trust their guys in man-to-man coverage. So they're a really good team, and they're well coached, and they're the two-time defending champs in the conference for a reason, and they're the champs till somebody beats them. And but I think it's a great opportunity for our guys for what lies ahead, for us to just go try and be 1-0, and Charleston's Charleston, and we just got to go play well and do our best to have an opportunity to win.
And finally, with the bye week behind you guys starting that final stretch of the season, what's your messaging to your guys as you guys are going down this stretch, trying to keep going 1-0 every week?
Just that. Now you're into October, and games are, you're doing well as a program if you're playing meaningful games in the month of October and into November, which means you're contending for a championship. The league is wide open. I think everybody in the conference is capable of beating everybody. If doesn't matter who you're playing, you got to be ready to play each and every week. You see that across college football, all divisions, and you see that within our conference. We have 6 games remaining. We're at the halfway point where we're in position where we want to be in the conference, tied for the conference lead. But it's just about going out each week and preparing the right way, staying entrenched in your process, and trying to go be 1-0 like you talked about. But we got to win our Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays all the way up until game day Saturdays. So we're excited for the opportunity this week, and we know it's a big test, but hopefully our guys will be ready come Saturday.
Thanks, Zach. Good luck this week. Can't wait to see you out there.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.
And I think it's very important for everybody to be engaged because everybody's on the same page.
It's about, who's willing to change gears at the right time.
Go out, go have fun, and just take it to them.